Hello there, fashionistas. How is it going tonight? It is March 1st, and you know what I love about March 1st? It's not February or January anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I've been in Wyoming my whole life. We moved here when I was 3 months old. We moved to Worland, Wyoming when I was 3 months old, and then to Casper when I was 3 years old. So I am a Wyoming girl. My dad was born and raised Wyoming, and I dread January and February every year. And I feel like celebrating every year when we get to March. Now, I know that we still have some of our heaviest snows ahead of us, but I always feel like the light is shining at the end of the tunnel once we get to March. And so last month, we were supposed to have a chips and salsa and margarita night for Margarita Day, National Margarita Day. And guess what? It was when we got that huge awful snowstorm. So we had to cancel that event. So we are going to have fuzzies, chips and salsa and queso and margaritas on the first day of spring, which is this month, because I feel like after this winter has been as horrible as it has been, we need to celebrate the first day of spring this year. So that is coming up on a Monday. So make sure that you are watching those event posts that I put in this group, because I will let you know when we are scheduling that fuzzies, chips, salsa, and margarita night. We'll do it like from 3 to 6 on the first day of spring. All right? Okay, so initially when I had planned this video series, I thought I would break the color palette portion of it up into 2 videos. But as I started to write my blog post today, which is always how I prepare for these live videos, I write the blog post. That gets my mind organized around the topic that I'm going to be talking about. And then I do the live video. As I was writing that blog post tonight, I realized that this is too big of a topic to break up into 2 videos. Because if we're really going to do it right, if we are going to really look at color palette and do it justice, then we not only need to determine what our color palette is, but we need to then extrapolate that out into our makeup and also our clothing and jewelry. And so I want to basically take us through Color Me Beautiful, the iconic season, Determine Your Season book, from start to finish. And I'm going to do that over this 4 video series. I'll also be bringing in other websites and other resources, but Color Me Beautiful set the standard for color examination, for color palette determination. There have been people that have come along that have expanded it out a little bit, but it's the foundation. And so I figure it's a great resource to get us started. Okay, my phone just buffered a little bit. So I stopped talking, so hopefully you didn't miss anything. Okay, so let's dive in. So this is going to be a 4-part series. We're going to look at, are you cool or warm tonight? Next Wednesday, we're going to determine your season, summer, winter, fall, spring. The following Wednesday, we're going to look at how do we apply that to the colors of makeup we choose. And the following Wednesday, we're going to look at how do we apply that to the clothes and the jewelry that we choose. Okay, so by the time we're done with this 4-part series, I feel like we're going to have delved into this topic a lot. Hey, Amy, how's it going? So one of the things that I want you guys to do is, if you are struggling with any part of this process, I would love it if you would take a picture of yourself with your phone in portrait mode. And portrait mode, what it does is it just blurs everything else around you. So it's really a great just focusing on your face and not the stuff that's behind you when you're taking your picture. Post it in the comments to this video and be like, guys, I don't know, what do you think? Because some of us are not cut and dry. I am one of those people. I am a little bit confounding because I have olive green eyes with gold flecks, which is a iconically warm characteristic, but I have very pale skin, which is from my Irish heritage, which is an iconically cool characteristic. So some of these are not as cut and dried, and we might be able to help each other out, okay? So if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I am, I'm struggling, I'm like, I have this and this, but I have this, this, and this, then post your picture and let us all weigh in and help you figure it out, okay? Okay, so let's talk warm and cool. I kind of gave this caveat, or my rationale for why this is important in the Closet Cleanout Challenge, which I did in January. But in case you missed that video, let me give it to you here tonight as well. I had my colors done by a professional back when you can do that. And I know from using my colors and shopping with my colors for all these years, it's probably been 10 years, that the huge benefit is not only that you have colors that are complementary on you, so that you aren't emphasizing your dark circles, you aren't emphasizing your fine lines and wrinkles, you aren't making your eyes look sallow, your skin look sallow, but that when you start to buy in your colors, then suddenly your whole wardrobe works together. And so you get out of this, here's an outfit, here's an outfit, here's an outfit, and I only can wear those two pieces together because I have nothing else in my closet that works back with these. And when you're buying your accessories, you buy your purses in those colors, you buy your coats in those colors, you buy your jewelry in those colors, and then suddenly you have 20 different options because everything works back and forth together. And you don't have to worry about the, you know, I'm wearing a tomato red coat with, I don't know. The first thing that came to mind is purple pants, but that's like, those are actually both cool colors. What would be a warm, so like a tomato red coat and a rust colored pair of pants, right? Where you, because that's the only coat you have, but it really doesn't go with anything else in your closet. And so this is the real benefit to taking the time to go through this process and determine what you are. All right, so that's my rationale for this, hey, this is why I think this is important for you to pay attention to, all right? Okay, so first and foremost tonight, we are gonna look at, are we cool or are we warm? And there are some colors that kind of live in both categories. There's quite a lot of greens that you can see that live in both categories. But you can notice that all the yellows are in the warm versus all of the blues and the purples are in the cools. So down to it, color is kind of complicated, but if you can try to keep it as simple as you possibly can and just think of if it could live in the Arctic, if you could see that color in the Arctic, the ice blues, my phone is buffering again. The ice blues, the whites, the purples, the grays, all of the colors that you could imagine in the Arctic, those are cool colors. Versus all of the colors that you can imagine in the desert, the yellows, the oranges, the rusts, the tans, the browns, those are all warm. And you know, you can get really nitpicky with color, but if you can just simplify it, I think to some degree that's where we get hung up, is we try to make it too complicated. So I've pulled some examples. This is my cool side. Let me pull this over. This is my cool side. This is my warm side, all right? Separated by this little bar in the middle. So let's look at these cool colors. Black, classic cool color. Navy blues, dark blues, any gem colors. Any gem colors are classic cool colors. Your evergreens, Emerald greens, those are classic cool colors. Your denim blues are classic cool colors. Any kind of icy color. This is an icy color. So like the bright pinks, ice blues, those are all cool colors. Your pretty fuchsias, again, gem tones. Gem tones are easy. If it's a gem tone color, it's usually cool. Your lavenders, especially the ice lavenders on the brighter end of the scale. Your bright blues, your turquoises. Now, obviously that is not an exhaustive list of all of the cool colors on the face of the planet. My goal was to just kind of give you a sense of what cool looks like versus what warm looks like. So now let's look at the warm colors. Olive green, rich warm creams, peaches, warm browns, plums or eggplants, yellow mustards, corals, oranges, rusts, tobacco browns, and here's another example of a warm tan. So you can see in this example, what I was talking about is if you imagine the Arctic versus imagine the desert. This color palette over here looks very deserty. This color palette over here looks very much like the Arctic. So hopefully kind of that gives you a visual of warm and cool. All right, so there are 3 easy ways to determine if, hey Michelle, how are you? 3 easy ways to determine if you are warm or cool, and that's to focus on your eyes, your hair, and your skin. So when you start to look at all 3 together, even if there's one, like my eyes, that have the gold flecks, which is an autumn characteristic, my hair and my skin fit in the cool. And so if 2 of the 3 are in the one category, you're more than likely in that category. So that's the nice thing about having the 3 different things to look at. Now, very important, your hair color is not the color that you dye it. It is your natural hair color, if you can even remember what that looks like before you started dyeing it, right? If you've gone gray, if you're a cool, your gray is gonna more likely be like that bright silver gray or almost like a pearly gray. It's gonna be a more blue toned gray as opposed to a warm toned gray. So keep that in mind. If you dye your hair, you don't need to be thinking about the color that's on your head unless the color on your head is your natural color that you had when you were born. All right, so hair, let's start there. If you're cool, you are likely a platinum blonde, black, jet black, like black, ash brown, ash blonde, and again, if you've gone gray, likely pearl gray or silver gray. Cool toned hair, red or gold highlights. If you're a warm, you will likely have golden blonde, red tones like strawberry blonde or copper, and dark red brown. Warm hair is characterized by golden or red highlights. And again, these are naturally occurring highlights, not the ones that you've put in, okay? So those are your 2 kind of ways to look at hair. So eyes, if you are a cool, very dark, almost black eyes are almost always cool. Dark brown, blue and gray, turquoise blue, and green that doesn't have any golden characteristics. If you are warm, you will have golden brown, red brown, olive green, blue green, or clear green. Lots of green eyes are warm, hence the struggle that I always had with determining my my color. So warm eye tones are characterized by golden flecks. So if you have golden flecks in your eyes, that's an indication that you're going to be more of a warm toned than a cool tone. Now again, with me, I have golden flecks in my olive eyes, but my other two characteristics are cool, and so I am a cool. So go with the one that's the most true of you. Okay, skin. If you are cool, you will have porcelain. This is often associated with Irish heritage, me, and Scottish, both. You will have olive skin, often associated with Asian, Latin, and Mediterranean heritage. Beige skin, which is common among Caucasians, or rosy toned skin. So rose tones, like the soft pink undertones in your skin. That's what I mean by rosy toned. If you are a warm, you will have ivory, often associated with Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish, or Icelandic peoples. Peach skin, often associated with Northern European heritage. Golden beige or caramel, and these are characterized by gold undertones in your skin, as well as copper and maple skin tones. So those skin tones can come from heritage such as African American, Asian, Mediterranean, Latino, and Native Americans. So I have, in my blog post, I have included a picture, an example of cool-toned and warm-toned women. So my cool-toned women are all over here. So do you see you've got that light, almost white skin, the very black hair with the light skin. Sorry, I have a notification. You have blonde hair. You've got the African-American woman here with the not warm-toned skin. And I'm trying to look. This is ash blonde example right there. And then you've got your warm-toned ladies over here. So you can see the examples. You can see the very olivey complexion, very red undertones or gold undertones in the hair. Again, very olive complexion and this kind of golden brown hair. So as you're looking at this, if you have a lot of red and gold in your hair, if you have gold in your eyes, if you feel more comfortable in these colors, you're going to be in this. This is a warm palette. And then different, also, if you are don't have gold undertones in your eyes, don't have gold undertones in your skin, you feel more complementary in these colors, you're going to be a cool palette. So if after all of that you're still confused, there's a couple other tests that you can do. So you need to take all your makeup off. You need to find a color that is very, very to the palette that you are trying to figure out, okay? So this is a classic cool color. And you can just pick something out of your closet or your friend's closet or your husband's closet and wrap it completely around your face like this, so that you can't see anything else besides you in the mirror and this draped item, right? Now, what you're going to look for, if you are wearing the right color, your eyes are going to look white. The whites of your eyes are going to look whiter. The color of your eyes is going to look brighter. Your skin is going to look brighter. You will have minimized the dark circles under your eyes. You will have minimized the fine lines and wrinkles around your eyes. Your teeth will look whiter. When you put the other color on, the wrong color, let me do yellow for me. It's not good for me. Your skin is going to be more sallow. You're going to see darker circles under your eyes. Your teeth are going to look more yellow. Your eyes are going to look not as white. And that is a way that you can tell which color, which tone you are, whether you're warm toned or cool toned. Okay, so that is step one. You can also look at your veins. You know, I struggle with veins sometimes because my veins look green to me. And supposedly if you have blue veins, you're cool. If you have green veins, blue or purple, you're cool. If you have green, you're warm. Well, I don't know. It looks green-blue to me. I'm really not sure, right? Like, I don't know. Does that look blue and purple to you? So I struggle with the vein test. That's why I'm not advocating it. I think that the color draping test is much better. If you have something in gold and something in silver, you can also do that draped test. And that is the ultimate draped test that Color Me Beautiful recommends, is a gold drape and a silver drape. And then seeing which color, you know, has which impact on your eyes, your teeth, your dark circles, and your fine lines and wrinkles. Okay? So, as I said at the beginning, if you do these things and you're still like, I don't know, I just don't know, take a picture of yourself in portrait mode. Portrait mode will blur out the back, and post it in the comments to this video. And we will help you. As a community, we will help you figure out what you are. All right? Because we're in this together, girls. All right, do me a favor and share this video with somebody that you think would appreciate it, and join me next week for step 2 of this process. You guys have a great night.